Having spent a significant chunk of money in signing Lenny Yoro and Joshua Zirkzee this summer, it looks like Man Utd have turned their attention to low-cost alternatives in the transfer market, and one such player might be Adrien Rabiot. The French international is currently a free agent, having left Juventus at the end of last season. Man Utd have swooped in and tried to agree terms to bring him to Old Trafford despite interest from many European circles. According to Caught Offside, the Red Devils are closing in on the midfielder, but there is still a long way to go before wrapping up a deal. The 29-year-old wants a contract as high as €15 million per annum, which works out to around £37.9 million for 3 years at the club. The report adds that Rabiot's agents are still in contact with European giants like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Tottenham, Arsenal and Liverpool, but the player's preference is the Premier League and preferably Manchester United. Rabiot is not the only midfielder Erik ten Hag is looking to sign. We covered a story by Foot Mercato yesterday that an agreement is almost done between the Red Devils and PSG to sign Uruguayan international Manuel Ugarte. Whilst Ugarte is widely considered an incredible addition to the squad at Old Trafford, the jury is still out on Rabiot, as it always has been throughout his career. The ex-PSG midfielder has always had his critics despite performing consistently. Not the most gifted on the ball, Rabiot's industrious nature means he always won't be pleasing to the eye. He is one of those players who are always valued by managers for the work they do on the field but hardly receive the fans' appreciation. On a free transfer, signing Rabiot will be a coup for Man Utd. Yes, they will need to offer him a lucrative contract, but the 29-year-old is versatile and can occupy a number of different positions on the pitch. Only time will tell if we can beat the significant competition to his signature. Renowned journalist Fabrizio Romano has provided a new update regarding Mason Mount's future at Manchester United, with a twist emerging. Mount struggling to impress at Man United. The Englishman moved to Old Trafford during last year's summer transfer window, completing a big money move from Chelsea and being considered an exciting piece of business, given the impact he had enjoyed at Stamford Bridge. Mount's first season as a United player ended up being a hugely disappointing one, however, with his performances a long way short of their best, and injuries playing a big role in his struggles. In the end, he started just 5 matches in the Premier League, with only 9 more coming from the substitutes bench. The 25-year-old's lack of action ultimately cost him a place in England's Euro 2024 squad, having done nowhere near enough to justify being a part of Gareth Southgate's plans in Germany. In fact, some rumors have recently linked Mount with a quick-fire move away from the Red Devils this summer, with the club believed to be open to selling him. Now, a significant update has emerged over the midfielder's future at United, one that suggests things may pan out differently for him than has been predicted of late. Romano drops update on Mount's Man Utd future. Taking to X on Saturday, Romano claimed that there is no plan for Manchester United to sell Mason Mount this summer, with the Englishman expected to stay put beyond the current transfer window. While Mount's first year at United was unquestionably underwhelming, there is still a reason why they were willing to break the bank for him last summer, so persisting with him for at least another year makes sense. The hope is that the influence of Sir Jim Ratcliffe is beneficial to the 36-time capped England international, with a more settled feeling at the club helping him find his best form, as well as bringing in the right players for him to bounce off in midfield areas. At 25 years of age, Mount remains a relatively young player with lots to offer, and the fact that none other than Kylian Mbappé once described him as a superb footballer says a lot about his ability. There is no doubt that more is needed from the former Chelsea ace moving forward, however, with more quality and intent needing to be shown in attacking midfield areas, but he has shown in the past what he is capable of, scoring 33 goals and registering 35 assists for the Blues. Should his second season at United also not work out, it would then be more understandable for the club to consider moving him on. Manchester United are reportedly preparing an offer for Palmeiras midfielder Richard Rios. The Red Devils have made a bright start to the transfer window with the quick-fire purchases of Joshua Zirkzee and Lenny Yoro. United's next priority is most likely to be in the midfield, as they are currently locked in negotiations with Paris Saint-Germain over Manuel Ugarte and are said to be edging closer to agreeing a fee. Erik ten Hag's side also maintain a strong interest in João Neves, but it seems like he is heading to Paris. There have also been reports that United are preparing to make a third attempt at bringing in free agent Adrien Rabiot this summer. Goal.com in Brazil have thrown out a different name for the midfield, however, as they report that United have interest in the Colombian, Rios. Palmeiras are preparing to receive a series of raids on Richard Rios in this transfer window, and some of them could occur in the next few days. As Goal learned, the midfielder received a recent inquiry from Manchester United and is also monitored by Milan. Our reporters heard that the Red Devils indicated that they were already preparing an offer of around £17 million for the 24-year-old midfielder, who is experiencing a moment of great appreciation in the market, as a result of his excellent campaign with Colombia in this Copa America. Unfortunately for the Red Devils and other interested parties, the Brazilian side intend to play hardball over a possible move. What is certain is that the club will not negotiate Rios this summer, a source revealed to Goal. Palmeiras have already made significant money from the sales of Estevão to Chelsea, Luis Guilherme to West Ham and Endrick to Real Madrid. The midfielder played an instrumental role in Colombia's run to the Copa America final, playing all 6 games and scoring in the 5-0 quarter-final romp over Panama. The 24-year-old showed his exciting talent as he had the highest number of successful dribbles among all athletes who competed in either the Copa America or Euro 2024, completing 18. Since Ineos have taken over control of the footballing side of the club, they have been linked to numerous players across the globe as they are aiming to cast their net high and wide to capture some of the world's most promising talent. If the club can overcome Palmeiras' resistance to a sale, he could prove to be an exciting find. Manchester United target João Neves is set to have his future decided by the end of the week. The Red Devils have held an interest in the player for months and were reported to have made a bid of €70 million for him earlier in the summer. Confusingly, transfer rivals Paris Saint-Germain are said to be making good progress on a deal for the supremely talented 19-year-old for a bid for the exact amount. SL Benfica are said to be evaluating the latest offer from the League One champions, but United are still in the picture, even if they are apparently moving further and further to the edges. Portuguese publication Record report that a definitive decision on the youngster will be made shortly. The paper states that negotiations between Benfica and PSG for João Neves and Renato Sanches should be done by the end of the week. Single quote. The Eagles have been trying to get more money out of the French club, who made a proposal that, in total, reaches €70 million between fixed and variable values. PSG have the players will, as the 19-year-old midfielder has already said, yes, to a move to the French capital. It is also reported that the Parisians have also offered the carrot of Renato Sanches to the deal, but the Lisbon-based club are still evaluating this idea. The Red Devils will not only be keeping a watchful eye on this move due to their huge admiration for Neves, but also their interest in Uruguay's Manuel Ugarte is also tied into this potential transfer. It has been reported that United and PSG are moving closer to agreeing a deal for Ugarte, and he has already agreed personal terms with the side from Old Trafford. The purchase of Neves will probably push PSG's willingness to agree a deal for Ugarte, as there will be no place for him in the starting lineup, and they will appreciate the extra funds as they also want to do a deal for Victor Osimhen. In addition, Neves and Ugarte share the same agent, and it has already been relayed here that Jorge Mendes could play a key role in United's bid for the Uruguay international. But it is also possible that United could make a late run of their own for Neves, knowing now that the asking price has been slashed from €120 million to around €70 million, almost the same as the fee being demanded for Ugarte.